All right, we are right across the street from the Bigfoot convention. We have moved on a little bit, but we have encountered Allie. Welcome. And she has a wonderful story about Bigfoot sightings.
I used to go from Brainerd up to the north where I live. I would drive hours and hours and hours a day. And one stretch on Highway 6 in Minnesota, I like to call the magic miles because I have had so many just weird things happening in that area. And I almost hit Bigfoot with my car. I was about 6 miles north of Emily, and I was coming up north, and I saw like a figure standing on the side of the road, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. This is like early to mid-March, so I'm like, this is kind of weird. It's still chilly, everything's slushy and gross, and it looked like he was in a ghillie suit, and I was like, this is strange, and I kept getting closer and closer, and he didn't move, and he didn't move, and he didn't move. I got maybe 100 yards away, and I realized this thing was like 7-8 feet tall, and I'm like, this is a large human being. Like, even if he was on stilts, this is weird. And then he started walking out into the road, and I'm like, I hope he's walking across because I am not stopping. He just stopped right on the yellow lines, like in the middle of the highway. I slammed on my brakes because at that point I was really close to him. And I realized this was not a regular human being. And it leapt the entire, like, lane. It's a 2-lane highway. It leapt the whole thing, slid down the bank of the road, and just like ran off. And like I pull over so quick, and I see the footprints and everything, and I'm panicking because I thought I almost hit a man. And I'm like trying to make sure he's okay because he just rolled down the hill. And so I, go out to see if he's okay, and I see the stuff, and I'm like, these feet are massive. This is like a bear. It was intense. I immediately call my dad, and I'm like, Dad, I just saw Bigfoot. And he's just like, you what? He's a huge squatcher. Yeah. And he's just like, you gotta go here, and you gotta report it, and you gotta, talk to these people. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like shaking in my car thinking I just almost hit someone. Right. And like it took a minute for me to actually realize what happened. But yeah, that was kind of cool. I always kind of had a theory that he was real. Like, there's a lot of evidence for it. And maybe he's just reclusive. I mean, there's a lot of animals that went extinct, quote, and then they were sighted 20, 30, 40 years later, just out of the blue. So there's no reason that Bigfoot, can't be one of those. It was really weird because my dad's like, no way, this is so cool, and he's like freaking out about it.
Do you think he was maybe a little jealous that you had gotten so close to him?
Very, 100%. Yeah, he still jokes about it. He's just like, yeah, my daughter met Bigfoot one time. I'm like, I did not meet Bigfoot. I almost met him with the hood of my car.
What do you have to say about what's going on in this room here?
So this is a spirituality and crystals convention. So it's all about the metaphysical, energetic properties, tarot reading, psychic stuff, numerology, all that fun stuff. I actually didn't know what was going on until today, and I feel like I was supposed to be here. So I got a $20 tip at work today, and that afforded me the ticket to be here. So I feel like everything kind of fell into place, and it's kind of fitting, being here and then meeting you guys with a really cool story. So
Absolutely. I'm glad it went down this way.
If you're ever in the Rapids area, there's lots and lots of metaphysical stuff. There's a lot of people to contact if you're into any energetic or metaphysical stuff. If you just look up Grand Rapids, Minnesota metaphysical, there's a ton of stuff to come up. I can't recommend you a single person because there's a lot of people here that are great. And then we have a lot of fun stuff like Bigfoot conventions, and we have coin collecting shows, we have gun collecting shows, we have stamp stuff, we have literally anything you can think of. We're a big tourist town, so if you guys want to come on up to Grand Rapids, it's pretty cool. We got a lot of stuff.
Wow, wasn't that a fun video? If you enjoyed that, you can watch the full 49-minute video on the Bigfoot conference in the link in the description. If you'd like to see more from the channel, you can watch the Comic-Con video as well, Or you can check out Pondercast, the podcast where I interview local musicians, creatives, or other interesting people. But for now, I hope you found something interesting, informative, or insightful, and thank you for watching. Bye!
You are watching Ponder Media!